Diane, I went downstairs to the control booth. I want to pretend like we're this big fancy network. I went downstairs to the control booth and I reset everything. All right? Okay. I want you to check something for me. Now, on this device over here, which you cannot see, this is a standalone computer device. On this device over here, the actual camera, where this one right here, this device over here, separate. This device right here, this one. I keep calling it a device. This computer, they're all computers, all right? Even your phone is a computer. This computer right here, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4 separate computers. I cannot go to any Russian websites. So after yesterday, I thought, okay, get my Trump watch on. I don't want anybody to think. But after yesterday, I thought, okay, well, let me check this out. Because can you do it, Diane? I cannot go to any on 4 separate computers. 4 separate computers. I cannot go to any Russian websites. Now, as you well know, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Hi, Diane. How are you this morning? Now, as you well know, I go through about 75. I can't go to 4 different devices. And I went to this device yesterday, and I turned off all. I went to this device, I turned off all the firewalls. I mean, I'm going to work on it again today. As you well know, I go to 70. I don't know. I have 4. I mean, if you think you can help me out here, let me know. Look at that. 4 separate computers. I can't go to any of these sites. I can't go to any of them. Ukraine doesn't need China, Zelensky said. See, I know because I picked that up somewhere else. Stay right there for a minute. Russia wants to know if China could be part of the security guarantees, right? Why can't China play a role in the security guarantees? So go ahead and take that down. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. I can't go 4 different computers. I can't go to any Russian websites. Now, as you well know, if you're not new to the show, if you're, I go to about 70 websites a morning, and probably 10 to 12 of those are foreign websites that I go to. So I can look around the map. All right. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Give me, these are the 2 people feared most. The 2 most feared people in Georgia today. Number 7. Hi, Diane. Did I say the whole thing, the whole schmear? Did I put it all out there? I'm BKP. Good morning. Voice of Rural America. Thank you for watching. The 2 most feared people in Georgia, Fulton County, they're a nervous. They are lawless Democrats. Went right past. Give me number 9. This is the vote yesterday. The judge said, this is Jason Frazier, and this is my lead for a reason, all right? Everything's going to come together. It's going to, we're doing the weave. You know, what did Trump say? We're doing the weave, right? It's all going to come together. There are things happening in D.C., in the White House, in the Oval Office, where election corruption reports are being laid out in front of, from Tulsi Gabbard to others, in front of the President of the United States. We told you that yesterday. We touched on it. Now, if you go out there, you'll see Mike Lindell. You'll see others talk about this. All right? They're starting to talk about it. Not starting to, but they put it out. We talked about it yesterday on this program. We told you yesterday on this program that we had a source inside saying with Trump's recent comments concerning elections, paper ballots, machines, and so forth, an executive order on its way. Now, Fulton County Republican Party has appointed 2 people, and the judge said, you got to put them on there. We don't care. We don't even care what the court says. We're going to push back. And they're going to get help nationwide to push back. This is tied, believe it or not, to voter rolls that Brad Raffensperger is claiming to clean up now in Georgia. This is tied to California redistricting, Texas redistricting. You could throw a lasso around every bit of this and pull it in together, and it all has a connection. And you will see. But anyhow, Fulton County Republican Party, these are the 2. Let me go back. Give me number 11, and we'll make this brief. I'm going to tell you, this is it. The motion failed. 2 yeses, 2 noes. There's a 7-person commission in Fulton County. 3 disappeared for the vote. The motion to put it on the agenda was made by Bridget Thorne, and she is the one that made the motion to put it on there. Now, this is number 12 at 10:30 this morning, the Georgia Hour. All right, we're gonna break all of this down, what it means. The internet lit up yesterday, social media lit up yesterday about these people breaking the law. Can they go, are they going to be arrested today? They're in contempt of court, and they're in contempt. But Bridget Thorne, all right, she represents Johns Creek, Roswell, Alpharetta, and Sandy Springs. Bridget Thorne will be our guest. Fulton County Commissioner District 1 will be our guest at 10:30. So tune in, get everybody across the nation from sea to shining sea. Fulton County Board of Elections, what are they hiding? What are they afraid of? They're afraid of the great election denier. What an honor. Jason Frazier, what an honor. Good for you. But Bridget Thorne will be our guest at 10:30 this morning. Take that down, all right? Get the word out. We'll put a post out. And, even, I have to say, even Brad Raffensperger, number 13, don't you find this interesting? This is Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, which you know him from Sea to Shining Sea. Almost everyone in America knows our Secretary of State in Georgia, excuse me for that, Brad Raffensperger, there he is. I call on the commission to follow the law and appoint all appointees. I just have to pause just for a second. This is Brad Raffensperger. Okay. I call on the commission to follow the law and appoint all the appointees, not just those they prefer. If an elected officials expect Georgians to respect the law, then they must set the example. Following the law and the Constitution isn't reserved for when we agree with the outcome. Mark Nisi there from the AJC. So Brad Raffensperger jumping on board, supporting Fulton County Republican Party and their nominees. So take that down. Interesting. Number 1, this is my favorite coffee cup. Now, this is not the one I have right here now, but it's my favorite coffee cup. Mornings are better with BKP. A viewer sent that to me. Thank you so much. I love that cup. Now, take this down. Diane, what else do we have on tap today? We have on tap, taparoo, tap, taparoo. this was my favorite sign the other night, number 21. We'll talk about this at 10 o'clock in the Georgia hour, the U.S. Senate race. But I love this picture. This is Derek Dooley, the head coach, former head coach of the Tennessee Vols over there, wearing way too much orange. One of these men found time to vote. The other was too busy. Derek Dooley, the candidate for Senate in the Republican primary here in Georgia, said the reason he is missing votes, his voting record is absent, is he was busy. From time to time, a guy gets busy. Now, number 34, we brought this up. We're going to get back into this. I promise we're going to get back into this, all right? But, President Trump, I'm waiting for, and I think it's going to drop real soon. I'm going to lead a movement to get rid of mail-in ballots, and also, while we're at it, the highly inaccurate, very expensive, and seriously controversial voting machines. So we know there's information. We know that inside the Oval Office, from our intel, Tulsi Gabbard, there's reports that President Trump has reviewed. And we're waiting for this shoe to drop. And here is an interesting, give me 53. A couple days ago, you see, this is all coming together. It's all coming together. We're going to tie it up pretty. It's coming together. All right. If you have been out there and not a grifter, you know who the grifters are. I'm not going to get into that across the country. But if you've been out there, seriously, you take Mike Lindell, okay? He's put his fortune on the line. The guy put his fortune on the line. This is not I love the pillow man, I don't love the pillow man, yes, no, whatever. The guy put his money up. He put his fortune on the line. Like the guy, dislike the guy. I have said in the past, when Mike Lindell starts doing something without a promo code, all right, but he put his entire company, his reputation, every single thing he had on the line for election integrity. So that being said, not the grifters out there, but if you've been out there working 7 days a week for the right, just so you could have accurate, safe, secure elections. Accurate, meaning we know the count. It's hilarious that Newsmax just settled with Dominion. Here's Emerald Robinson, just settled with Dominion, since everyone in Washington knows that America's voting machines are rigged and President Trump is about to dismantle the system. What a bunch of cowards. So here you go. This is the one here. Give me number 54. Newsmax did settle. All right. Just saying, they settled. Newsmax reaches $67 million settlement with Dominion Voting. And this is just the headlines. Newsmax reacts to its $67 million Dominion settling. New York Times, Newsmax will pay $67 million defamation suit. So in saying this, I'm very comfortable. I don't call it defamation in any way whatsoever. It's a fact. They can't sue me. It's a fact. The Georgia, everything you're seeing from President Trump is a direct at Georgia. You see California, you see Texas. I get it. But it's Georgia. Georgia was the first full state, everywhere in the state, Dominion voting machine implementation, full. Other states have different voting. You can go to Pennsylvania and you can live in one county and there's a different voting process. All right, a voting system. Not every state requires the entire state have one voting system. Yeah, that's a fact. So Dominion, Georgia was the first. So we'll go into that later. Newsmax settles, but Trump is not afraid of them. He has, what is that called? He has something. Anyhow, so we're gonna get further into that. 10:30, Bridget will be on the show. We're gonna put a lot of time into that. Give me number 32. I told you this yesterday. I'm just gonna tell you something. The answer is no. No. Bottom line, Europe will drag us into a war. No troops on the ground. Now, I know President Trump does not want to put troops on the ground. I know he has zero intention of putting troops on the ground. Give me number 38. I know the pressure that's being put on Putin to do something here. Putin says, okay, let's bring, you're talking about security guarantees, let's bring China into it. Putin, the pressure on. As Russia ignores peace overtures and kills more Ukrainians, Trump must ratchet up sanctions. He has never flinched. They've always been clear. They don't recognize Vladimir Zelensky. They don't recognize him. They don't recognize the Ukrainian government. Now, you and I are not privy to behind the closed doors, but they want the Ukrainian parliament dismantled. They want a Russian-friendly Ukraine. They don't want a European, NATO-friendly Ukraine. They say that Ukraine is more Mother Russia. So we'll get into that later. But no, I'm not okay with Europe trying to drag us into a war. So let me see. Now, this morning, President Trump was busy on Truth Social, number 50. Like our southern border is now 100% secure, Washington, D.C. is safe again, and we have just begun the process of revival. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with Washington, D.C. is safe. I'm okay with that. But, you know, in the mornings, I watch 30 minutes of Atlanta news. I watch 30 minutes of CBS, 30 minutes of ABC, 2 hours of CNN, 2 hours of MSNBC, and 30 minutes of Atlanta news, just trying to keep up with the deep state corporate corrupt media. So give me number 94. Well, we're talking about Washington, D.C. and it being safe and people now happy to plan their vacation to sightsee and visit the Capitol. I went to several websites around the country. I went to Gary, Indiana, went to several cities to look at some headlines. Houses riddled with bullet holes. All right, give me video 2.
Breaking news this morning, neighbors in one South Atlanta neighborhood waking up to see their homes covered in bullet holes.
After a string of shootings in an historic area, Edgewood takes action to keep neighbors safe.
4:30 this morning, bullet holes. Houses riddled with bullet holes at 4:30 this morning. Waking up to that. It's all over the country. they are upset in Washington, D.C. Here's the polling numbers they put out. Give me numbers 70 and 71. Excuse me. We're going to talk about redistricting. Hang tight. We're going to talk about Texas redistricting. We'll get to that in a minute. Will Trump's actions reduce the amount of violent crime in D.C.? Will not reduce 65%. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Will not 65%. Majority of D.C. residents surveyed. Survey says oppose Trump's takeover of police and troops patrolling the district. All right. Give me number 71. Here is the actual big screen of, there you go. They oppose it, is what the Washington Post says. So what say you in America? Because I'm just telling you right now, I'm not okay with what Europe is doing. I'm not in favor of boots on the ground. I do not trust limited. Europe cannot. History shows Europe cannot. The UK, the French, they cannot go in anywhere, provide the security guarantees that they talk about without it turning in to Americans that have to pull their ass out of the fire. End of story. I don't trust these people. And I would just soon, I don't know what I'm going to say here. I would just soon leave the damn Ukraine, let Russia have the damn thing. I don't care. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. But I did. I said it. Give him the damn thing. I don't care. I don't care. I'm more interested in from the Pacific to the Atlantic. That's what I'm interested in, and the deterioration of this country and the interior of the country that's deterior. You can't go in these areas, so I'm not going to push that. All right, so 56. We have we're going to want 56, 57, and flip back to 55. U.S. Navy surveillance, Poseidon surveillance aircraft is active over the coast of Venezuela in search for narcotics trafficking, and human smuggling. Venezuela. All right. 57. This is not front page stuff. You don't see too much on this. U.S. sends 3 warships toward the coast of Venezuela. Maduro mobilizes 4.5 million militia members, as he says he mobilized yesterday. And here is number 55. Maduro calls for militia as U.S. destroyers head towards Venezuela. Now, she was asked about it yesterday. She was asked about, what's her name, the press secretary. I don't even know her name. But go ahead, we'll run it anyway. Video 8.
What I will say with respect to Venezuela, President Trump has been very clear and consistent. He's prepared to use every element of American power to stop drugs from flooding into our country and to bring those responsible to justice. The Maduro regime is not the legitimate government of Venezuela. It is a narco-terror cartel. In Maduro, it is the view of this administration, is not a legitimate president. He is a fugitive head of this cartel who has been indicted in the United States for trafficking drugs into the country.
What say you? I mean, what say you? Venezuelan gangs in this country operating, drugs in this country operating, China using Venezuela as like a a branch office where they bring fentanyl in, one thing after another. What say you? But that is happening. All right, Texas redistricting. We're going to talk about that. Let's see, what else do we have? Because we have a lot. At 10:30, don't forget, Bridget Thorne's going to be with us from Fulton County. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes, and we'll maybe tackle that redistricting, that old nasty redistricting thing down in Texas and California. Take a break.
Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Dave's Chevrolet, Dave's gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Now, we have a lot of moving parts today. And I want to start tying some things together that you're going to see over the coming weeks. There's no such thing as a coincidence in politics. And what you're watching on a daily basis, there has been in play for quite some time. Now, the 2020 election is done and over with, but it's not resolved. That's just a fact. It's not resolved. And all across this country, there have been great patriots trying to protect our elections, resolve the 2020 election, clean things up to the point where it would never happen again. Now, our top hope would be that people would go to prison for what happened in 2020. We're every single day, you have to understand, every single day, when you look at Russia and you look at Ukraine, every single day when you look at the Federal Reserve, every single day when you look at what's happening across this country, the lawlessness, every single day, whatever the crisis may be of the day, it all goes back to 2020. When I say all, but that's where, and I think today, remember, we've discussed on this show before in the past, remember in the past when I've had people say, well, look, if Trump would have gone into office in 2020, we would not know this, blank. This would not have been exposed, blank. And although there's some truth to that, I disagree in every respect that it was in any way whatsoever a good thing that Joe Biden was installed in what took place in the last 4 years. Absolutely. I cannot find the upside to that anywhere. So, I've had some people nicely say, yeah, but look what we discovered. I'm not exactly excited about discovering quicksand, falling my ass into the quicksand with no one around to pull my ass out. So there's some things I'm just not looking forward to discovering. Anyhow, that being said, everything will tie together at 10:30 this morning. These are in America. We have a lot going on. We've got Ukraine, we got Russia. We've got it all going on, but these two right here, what fear Fulton County, Georgia has, America, with these number 7, these two people right here. I mean, they will defy a court order. They will risk going to prison, going to jail, being carted off to jail this morning. I've got to pull up a text I received last night on this. Jason Frazier and Julie Adams. I mean, Fulton County, Bridget Thorne, give me number 10. Yesterday, out of 7 commissioners, only 4 stayed. It was a 2-2 vote. And Bridget Thorne on the far left, she will be with us in the white. She will be with us at 10:30, Commissioner of Fulton County. What happens now? I mean, it's against the law. They've contempt of court. They violated a court order. Take that down. Now, Texas, right? Give me number 35. So we have in Texas, finally they returned. There will be 5 new House seats. And Texas celebrates, Trump celebrates Texas win as a path to gain 100 more congressional seats and reveals which state he plans to save next. So Trump is saying, and we've looked at the pictures and the voting data in these states, like Massachusetts, right? Is it Massachusetts that Trump got 40% of the vote? We have zero representation. Illinois, I mean, Democrats have 80% of the representation, where Trump, the Republicans, received 40% of the vote. So if you go through these blue states, a lot of them, and you look at the percentage Republicans receive voting-wise compared to the representation of that state, Republicans that vote are nowhere near represented in the state when it comes to their representation in Washington, D.C. And that's what Trump is saying. Look, if we mirrored, if 40% of Massachusetts was represented by Republicans, like the vote count and so forth, he said we would gain 100 seats if the representation was correct. Now, in saying that, keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, we're discussing the representation. Now, let's see. Let's see, that's Democrat vote. Give me number 42. So in Texas, what they're talking about is political performance. Texas House approves redistricting maps just as Trump wanted this from the New York Times. The state Senate will vote today on the maps. intended to help the GOP win 5 more House seats. So Texas says this is political performance, that they're following the Constitution, and the Constitution allows for political parties to, look at the political performance in their state and redistrict according to the performance in the election. Give me number 52. That did not sound okay. Big win for the great state of Texas. Everything passed on our way to 5 more congressional seats and saving your rights, your freedoms, and your country itself. Texas never lets us down. Florida, Indiana, and others are looking to do the same thing. More seats equal less crime, a great economy, strong Second Amendment, so forth. Also, what does it equal? It all ties together. The redistricting, it means happiness and peace. But Republicans, there's one thing even better. Stop mail-in voting, capitalized, before it's too late, at 1/10 the cost, faster, more reliable. If we do these 2 things, we will pick up 100 more seats, and the crooked game of politics is over. So that was put out. Here's something that was put out, number 51. President Trump put this out yesterday or last night. End mail-in voting and go to paper ballots. 100 additional seats will go to Republicans. All right. So now, President Trump put out a couple more this morning. You have to go to Truth Social before you give me number 65. A little pushback on California here. Gavin Newsom. Any California school district that doesn't adhere to our transgender policies will not be funded. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then number 66, this was right before we went on the air this morning, right around between 7:30 and 8 a.m., President Trump put out, the great state of Missouri is now in. I'm not surprised. It is a great state with fabulous people. I won it all 3 times in a landslide. We're going to win the midterms in Missouri again, bigger and better than ever before. So apparently the state of Missouri is looking at redistricting also. Now, California is planning to redistrict. Where's the California map? Here it is, 95. Gavin Newsom. He's planning to redistrict. There's 95. Here's the California map and a proposed map. Now, California has what they call an independent redistricting committee. And they have to put California redistricting proposal, Texas House passes GOP redistricting map. But here's California's proposal. This would change. You see, District 1, this would change the drawing to where they can pull enough Democrats off the coast. Now look at District 1. I gotta get a little closer here on California. California is so corrupt. As you can see, the existing map, District 1 does not touch the coast. And District 3 does not touch the coast. Right? Now, where you would lose District 1 now. District 1 would now touch the coast. District 3, District 9, you see how they would start pulling the coast of California over into the center of the state to bring Democrats off the coast, to change red districts to redraw and change red districts to blue? I mean, this is not representation. It's not representation of the people. And California reacting to Texas. Now, if you're a Californian today and you're out there and you have your representative and you go to town halls and you write your representative a letter and, you know, you talk to your representatives about your farming issues or whatever it may be in California, why should you be drawn into an argument in the state of Texas or the Republic of Texas? Republic. Why? Why should your leaders? Now, what California has to do, to be clear, okay, they have to put a referendum on the ballot. California has to put a referendum on the ballot to change their constitution to do this. So Texas does not. If the Texas State Senate, and I thought I had a Texas map here somewhere. I do. Give me number 84. If the Texas State Senate, if they pass the map that the House passed yesterday in Texas, which they will, all Governor Abbott has to do is sign it into law. Now, when Governor Abbott signs it into law, there will be immediate challenges in court. So it's all going to go to court. Everything you see, there'll be immediate challenges in court. 84, please. Thank you, Diane. These are the proposed Texas congressional maps. All right. As you can see, you're going to get a district in San Antonio, EO, Austin, Houston, and Dallas. After that, the state is... Should I ask? Should I ask why you sent me into a black hole? Anyhow, after that, I heard the uh-oh, though. I heard the oh. So after that, the state is red. Thank you, Diane, for bringing me back. I don't know where I was there for just a second. I thought I did something. It's usually me. Now, give me 85. I just want to show you a couple of these. Announced Texas, California. All right. Under consideration, Missouri, which Trump says is in, Florida, and Indiana. We cannot do it in Georgia. We are actually in court right now. When you ask about Georgia, no, we cannot. We can't. We had to cut up our state and redistrict and draw lines. We have already had in Georgia the court come back and say you need to have black districts in Georgia. We've already had racial representation in Georgia challenged to the point it's in the appeals court now, our lines. So Georgia can't get on the list, whether I'd like to or not. And some of the other red states are struggling, like Alabama, just, what are you going to do? What are you going to draw? South Carolina, around Columbus, Greenville, maybe a little, whatever. I don't know. That being said, Missouri, Florida, and Indiana is under consideration. Illinois, New York, New Jersey, and Maryland. But if a state has to pass a new constitutional amendment, it has to go to the ballot first before they can present the lines. So that being said, the state of Texas or California, they went to court. They went to court to try to stop it, and 46 the GOP, the California Republican Party, went into court to try to stop. California Supreme Court declines to halt Dem-led gerrymandering efforts in the state. California GOP lawmakers sue and to stall and block new map from passing, and it Supreme Court said of California they can follow through. They can keep going. So a little more on this because I want to talk about now they've drug none other than 43. This is all going to spin because of why? The census of 2020 and the upcoming census of 2030, as you and I have discussed. We have to get a strong enough control in the House and the Senate. We have to. We have to win a strong enough control in the House and the Senate, and we have to get it to where we don't count. We don't count illegals in this country in 2030. All of this is irrelevant. Obama endorses Newsom's redistricting proposal as a responsible approach. The redistricting, upcoming census, maps. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Do you guys know this judge? If you ever want, he died yesterday. Give me 97. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. Caprio, Judge Caprio. He died yesterday. If you're just looking for a feel-good moment, I mean, throughout the day, and a moment of kindness to your fellow man, look up some of his videos. Look up some of Judge Caprio's videos. He died yesterday. Great guy. I mean, just when you've lost. If you lost hope, faith, and you're feeling down on mankind, Judge Caprio, a great guy. Take that down. Now, so Diane, now give me number 99 at 10:30 this morning. Everything ties together. The Democrats in disarray, the voting, what happened in 2020, President Trump saying he wants paper ballots. Video 10, Diane, you know, I gave you a start time. Just give you a heads up. And so I was going to send you an email, but we're going to have, see, this is the Fulton County Board of Commission, and they will not allow Jason Frazier and Julie Adams on the board. Will not. Number 12. They are in contempt of court. Bridget Thorne will be our guest at 10:30. I want to ask her what next. I mean, what next? What happens? Wow, what courage this lady has to be a true, strong Republican in the midst of lawless Democrats in Fulton County. You just got to watch what this lady puts up with when she walks in there. But anyhow, she will be our guest at 10:30. And I sent you a video. So when we come on with her at 10:30, we're going to have just a couple quick graphics, just so you know ahead of time. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes of graphics laying out for everybody what's going on in Fulton County. We don't want to take the time away from her. But then video 10, we do have the video from yesterday's meeting. I'm going to probably give you 3 points of time references on that video that we'll play from yesterday. And then we'll invite Bridget Thorne in to tell us what's next. Is there a way to finally get the Fulton County Republican Party nominees on the Board of Elections in Fulton County? Will it ever be possible? Or will we have to go to this? I mean, I think we should just go to this, number 2. I mean, bring in the... look, when all else fails, Fonnie Willis, get the gray goose, right? Get the gray goose. Take that down. So 10:30, she will be with us. The Georgia Hour. Give me number 4 for just a second. It's not where I want to go, but it's on the screen. This guy right here, we're talking about elections. This guy right here, you need to buck up there, buckaroo, because you have taken that Trump endorsement. Burt Jones, the lieutenant governor in Georgia, running for governor in Georgia, would like to just have things calm and cool, right? Wouldn't he just love to have things calm and cool and go across the state and campaign for governor of Georgia, talking about eliminating state income tax and a couple rah issues? But no, he wanted the endorsement. He got that Trump endorsement. He better be out there saying paper ballots. No more machines. Just saying. All right, so take that down. Now, give me number 58. We will discuss this during the Georgia Hour. We got to put this out there. Everything ties. Everything ties. Redistricting in Texas, redistricting in California. Trump coming out 2 days ago saying, you know what? This recent report will say that no more machines, no more paper ballots. I mean, mail-in ballots, no more mail-in ballots, right? The lie. Quit letting them lie. There's not going to be absentee ballots will exist. They just will. But sending everyone in the state a mail-in ballot, no excuses, that needs to end immediately. Georgia is cutting nearly 500,000 voters from the rolls. Where do you stand? Yes, it's all tied together. Now, Diane, I know what you're probably going to say about now. Really, again, number 100. Diane, I have a question. And I don't know if I know you're busy, you got a lot of things on the plate in there, but how long have we been sounding the alarm about the NDRC, the National Democrat Redistricting Committee, and Eric Holder and Barack Obama? How long?
At least a year or two.
I'm into the second year. But it's been a long time, right? We have done segment after segment. We called this 2 years ago. We called it a year ago. I have segments almost 3 years. I said that redistricting would be everything in the future, is the reason Eric Holder left as Attorney General under Barack Obama. Now think about that. Eric Holder left as Attorney General under Barack Hussein Obama in 2014, because Trump took over in 2017. He left in 2015. 10 years ago, they've worked on this project. And Trump is totally blowing everything up. We would be in an, if a Jeb Bush, not Hillary Clinton, let's just say Jeb Bush would have become president of the United States. Mitt Romney, Only Donald Trump could blow everything up in their plans. And so here you go. The Democrat, we're grateful to President Barack Obama for being in the fight with us and supporting our mission. California is advancing a process that gives voters the final say on implementing new maps. President Obama signaled support for the proposition. I believe that Governor Newsom's approach is a responsible approach. The National Democrat Redistricting Committee. Eric Holder. Over the long term, we shouldn't have political gerrymandering in America. Just a fair fight between Republicans and Democrats based on who wins, who's got better ideas. That's what's out there. Now, here is another twist that has them in a knot. All right. Give me, let's roll through a couple graphics. 89. Texas House Republicans unveil new congressional map that looks to pick up 5 seats. Current Republicans hold 25 of Texas' 38 House seats. Under the proposed new lines, 30 districts will have gone to Trump last year by at least 10 percentage points. Now, 30 districts. They hold 25, but they're admitting to you that 30 districts in the new maps by 10% would overwhelmingly be Republican. Now, these are not maps that are pushing Democrats. See, we've had to do that in Georgia. We have had to. That's why in Georgia we're on a backward trend. This is a state on a forward trend. Georgia's on a backward trend. Georgia's a total opposite. What about your state? This is a fact, okay? In order for Georgia to maintain the 14 districts and 9, I think, is it 9 or, right? Is it 9 Republican districts? Is it 9-5? Off the top of my head. We have had to draw our districts, not Republican, ours, into Democrat territory to retain Republican districts. We can't grow Republican districts at this time in Georgia right now. We have not gone forward in the direction that we should have gone forward. When they tell you Georgia's the number one place to do business, let me just say it like this. Out there in America, every time you hear Georgia's the number one place to do business for 11 years, that should have comma and number one state in the United States to bring Democrats in for that business. We've grown business, we've grown Democrats, we've grown everything to the left we could possibly grow if we could put fertilizer on it and a pesticide that's legal. We grow it in Georgia on the left side. But keep this in mind, what this is actually saying to you. Texas holds 25 seats out of 38. Under the proposed new lines, 30 districts would have gone to Trump last year, each by at least 10 points. They would be 30 plus ours by 10 points. They're Republican districts. It's where the Republicans live. Now, why is this a fear across the country? Why? I'm going to show you why. Look here, the Washington Post, 88. Obama supports California redistricting. 87, San Francisco Chronicle, California Supreme Court clears the way for Newsom's redistricting plan. 86, it's on in Texas. Now, the only thing that bothers me here is, Gavin, if you were going to do that, I can never say it's on without saying it's on, like Donkey Kong. I got to throw Donkey Kong in. I have to. It's just me, all right? Get over it. So it's on like Donkey Kong, Texas. Bring it on. Now, what I just showed you, pay attention, because I'm going to bring it all the way around, right? They want to add 5 Democrat districts, and they're going to reach into, we showed you the map, Republican areas now. So go back to 89. This is what really has them upset. And Trump doesn't just put stuff out. This is really freaking them out. Because Texas House Republican, 5 more seats. Well, you would think that Texas would just steal in 5 seats from Democrats. They're not. They're putting 5 seats in place that are Republican seats where Republicans live. There's not a Democrat in Texas. You ready? There is not a Democrat in Texas. There may be a handful in these other districts, but in the true blue areas of Texas, there is no one that you will have a Democrat representative if you live in a plus D in Texas. That's basically all Texas is doing. They're taking their plus R's by 10 points. They're going from 25 to 30, and all 30 of the new districts are plus R to the 10th power. All of them. They're not doing anything to a Democrat. These are Republican districts. Democrats will be represented in Texas. You're going to have plus Ds. And you'll be represented. Now, the point being, remember what Trump said? Trump said this right here, and this is what's got him freaked out, and I'll bring it around. Number 51. If the same model, remember the red map across the country? If the same model, 100 additional seats will go to Republicans. What did New Jersey go? 46% Republican? Right? What did even Massachusetts went 40%? What did New Hampshire? Diane, can you Google this? I know you're busy, but I think New Hampshire went, did it go 48? I think it went 48% Republican. I think Trump lost it by like 2.8% in New Hampshire, if that much. But they have zero Republican congressional representatives in New Hampshire. Zero. Right? Look all across the country. If you take the red areas and make them Republican plus 10 and use the same format with the population, Trump's right. We will gain seats all over this country. And that's why California is freaking out. Look at the increase. Look at the increase in vote that Trump brought in New York. Look at the increase to vote in California, although California runs fake elections, totally fake elections in California. In fact, Republicans have been winning in California for years. California used to be a Republican state. If you want to look at the country, what does that say? How many votes received in New Hampshire, Donald Trump? 47.9. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty good there. So 47.9 means 2.1, right? And what is the representation? Is it all let's see. There's 2 congressional districts, right? And they're both Democrat, right? Both Democrat. Both congressional districts in New Hampshire are Democrat. This is one of the many examples across the country. All right. 50% of that state is Republican, according to 47, right at 48%, and Kamala got 50.1. It's a 50-50 state. So go ahead and take that down. What about, could you do Massachusetts? I can't spell Massachusetts, so don't go with me there. Election results from Massachusetts, and to do their congressional map. I'd like to. That being said, if you use this all across the country, that's why California is a Republican state. Folks, you're watching California. You better pay your ass attention to what I'm telling you about 2030. California is the home of Richard Nixon, home of Ronald Reagan. Now, whether you like Richard Nixon or not, that's up to you. But home of Ronald Reagan, what was the vote count there? 36%. Wait a minute, go to the top. So they're saying you got 36%, right? In Massachusetts. Kamala got 61%. What is the what is the congressional map? Let's see, Democrat. Oh, they got 9 districts and all 9 are Democrat, right? Okay. I mean, it's all over the country. That's okay. Take that down. So what I'm going to try to tell you, you're looking at California. Look at what happened to LA. California is a model of this country. A model of this country. Ronald Reagan, right? Simi Valley, California. I've been to the Reagan Library. California, Republican state. They let all the illegals come in. Look at LA. Look at California. Look at how much 500,000 overcounted probably in California. Look at how many California probably has 5 more congressional districts than they should have. Period. And I'm telling you, 2030 is the country, California 2030 census will be the model. Now, here's what's freaking them out and why they're losing it right now. Give me video here, right here. Give me video 4.
The Democratic Party faces a voter registration crisis. That's the new headline from the New York Times, with plenty of data to back it up. The Times reports that of the 30 states that track voter registration by political party, Democrats lost ground to Republicans in every single one between the 2020 and 2024 elections. And often they lost it by a lot. That 4-year swing toward Republicans adds up to 4.5 million voters, a deep political hole that could take years for Democrats to climb out of. And this decline is happening across the board. According to the Times still, Democrats are losing ground with new voters. For the first time since 2018, more new voters nationwide chose to be Republicans than Democrats last year, adding that they're losing ground in battleground states like North Carolina, where Republicans erased roughly 95% of the registration advantage that Democrats held in the fall of 2020. Democrats are also losing ground with young voters. In 2018, nearly 2/3 of new registrants under 45 who had picked one of the 2 major parties were Democrats. In 2024, Republicans were an outright majority. And the gender gap gender gap is also a growing problem for Democrats. The Times analysis shows the Republican strength among men is far outpacing the Democratic edge with women. Joining us now, Democratic Congressman
2030. 2030. If we could stop illegals from being counted in the census, we keep growing Republican voters from a young age. These are Donald Trump voters. You understand? These people are not registering Republican because they think, wow, I want to be a Republican. I want to be in the Republican Party. They're registering Republican because of Donald J. Trump. You understand? Now, we can talk about the America First agenda and how it's going to go backwards, and that's what they want to do. But if we would use the models of the voter turnout, use the model of what they're doing in Texas, make sure they do not count illegals in 2030, Democrats have a serious problem. A serious problem I don't think they can overcome. Look, I'm going to take a break, but, I talked about yesterday or this morning. J.D. Vance will be in Atlanta. We'll talk about it. I want to run one because I told you, Judge Caprio, when you think maybe you're just down and out and you're just looking for a good story, this judge died yesterday. Let's start with this one here. I have a video. I want to play one. Judge Caprio, video 5 from Rhode Island. Video 5.
Just one quick question, Your Honor. Is there any way to can that be deferred a little bit? I'm just in a bit of a financial situation, which is why.
How much can you pay today?
I have 92 cents in my account. I just walked from East Providence this morning to get over here.
Did you walk from East Providence?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's 5 miles from here.
Yeah, about an hour and a half. Hour 35.
What is it?
It's about an hour 35.
Walking?
I'm walking back right now too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 5 mile walk.
20 minutes I can do it.
I got my running shoes on, so I'm actually gonna hustle.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hustle back.
It
shouldn't take as long as it did on the way here.
Can you take an Uber?
I have no money.
My fund is the Philomena Fund, which is named after my mother. So Mr. Damasco, who's unemployed, just this morning sent in $25 in cash.
That's not good for me.
I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, thank you.
I want you to take an Uber so you don't have to walk back.
I really appreciate that. You don't have to do it. I don't mind. I got to run anyway, to be honest. I couldn't take it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Take it.
I will.
Take it.
All right. Thank you very much. You saved me a great deal of time today, Your Honor, and money.
That's only half the battle, right? That's our part. You have to do your part.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. I won't be getting any more tickets.
I don't care about you coming back here. That's not what I'm talking about. Right? You have to help somebody else.
Yes, Your Honor.
There are an awful lot of people out there who have similar problems, and you are going to be in a situation to help them. Don't forget them.
You're going to be in a situation that you can help them. Don't forget them. Got it? Take a break. We'll be right back.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. 10 o'clock, we'll have the Georgia Hour. We are looking at we continue to have a team that looks at the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., FEC filings. We're really concerned on how the money is being spent. We have concerns there. We're going to have an update on that. We'll have a brief update on the FEC filings from the Georgia GOP on the Georgia Hour. Then we have J.D. Vance is in Atlanta today. Vice President J.D. Vance is in Atlanta today. Keep in mind that the RNC, the Republican National Committee, they are in Atlanta for their summer meeting, their August summer meeting. So the RNC is meeting here. And this week, Joe Gruder, a Donald Trump endorsed Florida State Senator, will be Michael Wantley is running for Senate in North Carolina. Joe Gruder will be voted as the new RNC chair right here in Atlanta. So that is going on along with several other things. At 10:30 this morning, Fulton County, I mean, I'll just have to tell you, when you're talking about President Trump talking about paper ballots, President Trump talking about ending mail-in ballots, President Trump saying get rid of the voting machines and so forth. You have the Texas redistricting. You have California saying, wow, they're catching on. We better block this before it goes any further. You have Brad Raffensperger in Georgia cleaning up the voter rolls, and you have Fulton County refusing to put Jason Frazier and reappointing Julie Adams to the Board of Elections in Fulton County. Courageous, yes, very courageous Bridget Thorne. I watched yesterday. I was thinking to myself, a Republican commissioner in Fulton County, Georgia, if you ever watch these commission meetings, I'm like, how does she do it? I mean, it takes courage to stand up to these people. And she will be our guest. Bridget will be our guest. Give me number 12 at 10:30 this morning. So Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. Bridget Thorne, District 1 Commissioner from Fulton County, Georgia, will be our guest at 10:30. Take that down. So a couple things. Not going to be able to go into detail, but let's go through one at a time here. We have, where is it at? Yesterday we showed you this, number 23. I think Tulsi Gabbard is doing a great job at cleaning up the intel agencies. The 50 spies who lied are intel. I think she's doing an amazing job. I really do. The proof is out there. Number 24, I do not trust the UK. I do not trust the French. I do not trust going in with the security guarantees. I don't. I think Europe will drag us into a war. All right. That's something I want you to keep up with. You can go look at this right here, number 27. I've got a lot for the Georgia Hour, so these are national things. If you're out there nationally and you're keeping up with the Ponzi scheme, the $140 million Ponzi scheme here in Georgia, Walton County man says First Liberty took his $750K investment, looked him in the eye, and lied. You can look this up, watch that video. There's a lot of testimony. The receiver, Mr. Hayes here in Georgia, most of the interviews that they're doing are with 70 and 80-year-olds, okay? Number 32, no boots on the ground. Absolutely not. We do not want boots on the ground. We don't want put in a position. Number 39. Well, wait, before we do 39, give me my favorite video. You know my favorite video, video 9. This is my favorite one.
If you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro.
Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. I knew this. I knew this all along. I don't want you to attack the judge. I see no need to attack the judge. But at no time did I think there was going to be, where's it at? 39. The judge is not going to release the grand jury transcripts for the Epstein case. They're not going to do it. All right. So just telling you right now, it's not going to happen. Epstein grand jury transcripts will not be released. Got it? Let me see what else I have here. Now, give me number 45, a CR, September. We're in August, right? At the end of September, we have to have a CR. Fear of Trump funding wrench escalates as Congress faces a shutdown cliff. This is the budget OMB director, Russ Voigt. Please take some time, start paying attention to what's going to be coming up. In September, there will be a budget battle. Take a minute, look at it, pay attention to it. All right. We talked about it. How about this? Number 37. I'm starting to get, I don't know. I don't have a Caribbean cruise. I don't have a cruise scheduled anytime soon. Disturbing video captures moment a wild Carnival cruise ship brawl breaks out over chicken tenders. I don't know. I don't know why I have that in the mix. I just do. I just have it in the mix. Chicken tenders. I mean, I'm thinking, is it really an issue to fight about? Chicken tenders? Here's something I want you to pay attention to. This one right here, number 67. And then let's go to 68. Right there. She must resign. Trump. Bondi to probe Feds cook. She is one of the... Now, apparently, tomorrow we're going to get an interest rate cut by a quarter of a point. Tomorrow, Jerome Powell. This is a Fed governor. That's what they're called. Give me number 68. Now, the Federal Reserve has districts all across the country. They all vote. They go to meetings in fancy resorts like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and they vote on interest rates and policy to control us. Federal Housing Finance Regulator Bill Pulte accused Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook of mortgage fraud and referred her for criminal prosecution. She took out a mortgage on a house in Michigan represented to be her principal residence, and shortly thereafter, a loan on a condominium in Atlanta that was also described as her principal residence, according to Pulte's letter. So here's what's happening, okay? You and I go to court. You and I go to jail for it. You and I get in trouble. But we'll say it like this in Georgia. We have what's called an homestead exemption. And in the United States, you're only supposed to have one primary residence. Now, you can own as many houses as you want, but the primary residence that you declare where you vote, right? Anything and everything that has to do with the area where you consider your primary residence, your taxes, how you pay your taxes, your tax structure. So if it's a second home, there's a lot of cities, there's a lot of things in the states that if it's your second home and it's not your primary resident, your tax structure is different. You're basically a tax cheat if you go in two different places and declare a primary residence. You're a tax cheat, just like that, bottom line. You and I go to jail. Fulton County Democrat commissioners don't go to jail. They can just contempt of court. Don't go to jail. Keep an eye on this one here. So let me see what else I have here, because we're getting ready to go to the Georgia Hour. Hang tight. 93. Jeff Duncan may run for governor. Just thought you might want to know that. All right. And if you have, give me 15. I want you to see the studio. Fraud by mail. I've had the fraud by mail. How long, Diane? I've had, I think since you started doing the show, right? Since I started using this studio to do the show full time, that fraud by mail's been up there all along, right? All along. Long time. I've been trying to tell Trump. So let's see what else we have here. Now we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, start the Georgia Hour. Georgia Hour starts at 10 o'clock every morning sharp. Every morning at 10 o'clock sharp. I want to do this again because I found two of them. And I just think with everything going on, there's a couple things I want to look at before we go to the Georgia Hour. Now, I told you this morning, I get up every morning and I want to find positive. And I watched a video where bullet holes, people waking up to bullet holes in the house. All right. And so many things going on. Warships headed towards Venezuela. One thing after another. And I find out that Judge Caprio died. I want you to this video here. Diane, we're going to play this video here. Judge Caprio, one more. And when we get done, go straight to commercial and everybody be back on time at 10 o'clock for the Georgia Hour. So this is Judge Caprio, one more. God bless him. And we lost a great man on the bench, a great American, a patriot, a compassionate person, all the above. Judge Caprio, video one.
Anyone. Mr. Castor is 100 years old. He appears in court today for a traffic violation, right? And here he is. He's got a tie, shirt, he's dressed, right? Appropriately.
Still has his military bearings. He's still parade rep.
Still has his military bearing. World War II was very special to me,
Yes.
Mr. Castor. I had a first cousin who, I had 3 cousins that were in the war. They all served overseas, and one never came back. He was in the European theater, and his plane was shot down, and he died. So I remember that so well. So the war has very special significance to me, as it does to many Americans. We can never ever thank you and your generation enough for the contributions you made to this country. You really did make the world safe, and things weren't looking too good there for a while. So we want to honor you and thank you for your service, for your bravery, and for your contributions to this country. And this case is dismissed. I mean, I don't care what you came in for today. I was going to dismiss it.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Hold on. Before you leave, I want to give you salute this guy.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, We can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is
All right, folks, we're back. It is time for the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour. I'm your host, BKP, and this is Voice of Rural America. Welcome to the Georgia Hour. Diane, I just sent a graphic, no name, no number, nothing. Could you, when you get it, can you just put it on the screen? Thank you, Diane. At 10:30, Bridget Thorne will be with us. She is the District 1 Commissioner, Republican Commissioner from Fulton County. And yesterday, I have followed Fulton County all the way through this nomination process of 2 people to the Board of Registration and Elections in Fulton County by the Fulton County Republican Party. I've read all the documents concerning it. Yesterday, they finally took a vote. On this, and in contempt of court, they did not appoint these 2 people. Bridget Thorne will be our guest at 10:30. We're going to go thoroughly through Fulton County. What does it mean for the future of elections in Georgia and the nation, folks? I mean, Fulton County is something we have come to. There's a handful of counties in the United States that most people know the name when they hear it, and one, not in a positive way, is Fulton County, Georgia. So Governor Brian Kemp sent this out 6 minutes before we started the show. We are honored to have VP and Second Lady Vance in the Peach State today to highlight the great successes of the first 8 months of the Trump administration. Okay, we'll take that. Working with our Republican majorities, President Trump cut taxes for hardworking Georgians and small businesses, passed record funding to keep our border secure. Record funding to keep our borders secure, and prioritized American strength and prosperity. These wins for the American people are helping make Georgia an even better place to live, work, and raise a family. Well, I like that, right? I mean, who could be against that? That is, that is just really a great acknowledgement of the President of the United States, the accomplishments. Now, this is where it leaves us. So if he is so amazed with President Trump's administration and all the success that President Trump's administration has had in the first 8 months, right? then why not work out a deal to give Georgians a unified candidate in the Republican Party? Just asking. Now, number 5, this guy here is Derek Dooley. And Derek Dooley is the Brian Kemp endorsed candidate for Senate here to go up against John Ossoff, former Tennessee head football coach. He is a Dooley. He's Vince Dooley's son. Now, Brian Kemp put him in the race. So we are sitting here in Georgia with number 20. This is Mike Collins. Now, Mike Collins, Bruce Lavelle. Bruce Lavelle was there the other night. I was there Tuesday night. I was there. All right. Mike Collins for U.S. Senate, the 10th District. This was down in Butts County. And Bruce Lavelle, here in Georgia, many of us know Bruce, said he speaks to the president quite often, and he's asked the president nicely to endorse Mike Collins, President Donald Trump. So we know here is the deal, and I want to leave you with this because we've got a lot of work to do in this hour, but here is something I want to leave you with. I said it yesterday. Now, if Governor Brian Kemp is acknowledging J.D. Vance is coming today, now, don't forget, keep 2 eyes open. Usually I would ask you to keep one eye on something. But keep 2 eyes open, and I'm going to tell you why to keep 2 eyes open. Brian Kemp is being awful nice about J.D. Vance coming to town. Go back to that one, Diane, for me. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now, you could take your time today and Google it. And when you Google it, or whatever you DuckDuckGo, or whatever you do out there, okay, can you take that extra second and say, BKP, right? Just send it to me. Who negotiated the peace treaty, the guaranteed peace agreement between Donald Trump and Brian Kemp during the presidential election cycle? Check and see if that wasn't J.D. Vance. Check and see. Just throw me a... Find out, just check and see if J.D. Vance negotiated the peace agreement between Brian Kemp and Donald Trump during the election cycle to calm everything down. Now, if that is true, and when you check it out, you'll be letting me know. If that is true, and there was something to do with J.D. Vance and Brian Kemp and the negotiations in 2024, that's an awful lot of keister kissing. We'll call it keister kissing. We're going to be nice today. That's an awful lot of keister kissing by the governor that J.D. Vance is coming to town. Why, maybe J.D. can negotiate another deal. Give me video 7.
Like his political mentor, Brian Kemp, Dooley is trying to position himself as a Washington outsider, even as he faces a bruising GOP primary against Congressman Buddy Carter and Mike Collins. He says he had conversations with the president before jumping into the race, though declined to say what they were about.
I've had conversations with the governor and I've had conversations with the president, but I certainly can't go into all the details of that. Very positive.
What's going on, folks? What's happening? What is going on, right? So just keep in mind this praising of the president, praising and welcoming J.D. Vance today. And I wonder if Dooley will be at that lunch. I wonder if Collins will be at that lunch. So give me number 20. We're going to move along here, okay, because we are going to, Diane, we're going to take a break at 10:25 so we get set up for our guest. I want a clean segment. America's watching that one from sea to shining sea. Now, Mike Collins, I was there the other night. Buddy Carter, congressman. But Mike Collins, the family, Riley Gaines' family, right? Endorsed Mike Collins here in Georgia. Trump was mentioned multiple times with Mike Collins. Now, I will tell you this. If you're keeping an eye on this and keeping score, watch the money. If Collins can raise the money, because he will be going up against a real hill of money when it comes to what Dooley and Dooley and Brian Kemp can bring in. And will Trump stay out of this? Will he stay out of this? So that being said, keep an eye on this right here. Now, and don't forget, number 5, he is Trump endorsed. Give me number 4, Burt Jones, running for governor, from lieutenant governor to governor. We have this right here. You want to keep an eye on this. They're in court right now. Let me pull this up. '59. Follow this. We'll get into this a little more, but the 2 top candidates right now, why 2 top Republicans are in court today fighting over money. So keep in mind, Chris Carr has Burt Jones in court today, or his campaign or his people. 2 top Georgia Republicans will square off in court today in a fight over the rules of raising campaign cash ahead of next year's race for governor. Attorney General Chris Carr says Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones has an illegal advantages as both seek the Republican nomination. Now, going into this, what will Brad Raffensperger say? Because we brought this up yesterday, and I'm going to show you 2 things, all right? I'm not going to say he wouldn't normally get involved, but remember, yesterday we showed you this one right here in AJC. There's 62. Here he is coming to town, right? J.D. Vance visits. Let me see. My phone is just blowing up like crazy. All right, I got it. Man, we're going to have to move some of this till tomorrow's show, friends. I mean, you guys are... All right. God almighty, how am I? All right, I got it. Thank you. I just wanted to take just a quick look-see. But anyhow, J.D. Vance visit highlights fight to frame Donald Trump's tax and spending law. Now, the other day, I showed you this right here. I want you to keep this in mind. In the governor's race, I had my Brad Raffensperger clip up here earlier. Where's it at, Diane? I know I have it. There it is, number 17. So when we talk about the governor's race, all right, don't forget this guy right here, Brad Raffensperger, right? He is definitely number 17. He is definitely Brad Raffensperger test drive potential stump speech. He's out there making a lot of speeches. Yesterday, he put a tweet out yesterday concerning number 13, the Fulton County Board of Commissioners. He is getting involved in everything, and he's making sure that he's relevant. See how fast he got involved. I call on commissioners to follow the law and appoint all appointees, not just their preferred. He jumped on board there, backing Fulton County GOP, backing Jason Frazier and Julie Adams in Fulton County. That's interesting. And today, for all of you out there, give me number 58. I know this one's going to really get your cockles up, or whatever they are. I don't know what they are. Georgia is cutting nearly 500,000 voters from the voter roll. Where do you stand? Give me video 3.
Your voter registration may be canceled. Yesterday, Georgia election leaders removed hundreds of thousands of voters from the state's voter roll. This is part of Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger's efforts to so-called tidy up our state's voter rolls. This is according to his office. Last month, more than 400,000 voters who were marked inactive since November 2022 were sent notices and were given 40 days to respond and confirm their registration status. Now, those inactive voters include people who may have moved out of state, filed a national change of address, or have not had any contact with their election office in 5 years. That includes registered voters who may not have cast a ballot in that amount of time.
So I just want to let you know, in the governor's race, do not get caught off guard if Brad Raffensperger does not announce soon. Now, keep in mind, Labor Day, just around the corner, Labor Day. September is really campaign kickoff. Don't get too worried or think about, oh my God, is Raffensperger getting in the race or not? September, the 1st of September is plenty of time for Secretary of State Raffensperger to enter the race. So now let me show you just a couple quick things, because we're going to have to get ready for our second segment there at 10:30. We don't want to miss that. But again, going back to number 4, Burt Jones is running for governor. Let's not forget that. I said that earlier in the show, but I just want to put it out here one more time for you people that tune in at 10. I said this in the 8 o'clock hour. He's wearing the red hat. Now, let me get this right here. President Trump this morning, right before we came on the show, right? Give me number 51. So right before we came on the show, any Republican out there right now, end mail-in voting and go to paper ballots, right? Then we have this right here, number 34. 34. So the two candidates right now, I'm going to lead a movement to get rid of mail-in ballots, and also, while we're at it, highly inaccurate, very expensive, seriously controversial voting machines. Take that down. Now, that being said, go back to Burt Jones. Anyone running, Tim Fleming, Kelvin King, anyone running for Secretary of State, Gabriel Sterling, who has not announced yet, anyone running for Secretary of State has to be asked the questions of what they think about an election system not absentee. Now, President Trump, don't get confused. He's not going to get rid of absentee ballots. We need to go back to only excuse absentee ballots. There's about 5 excuses, but that's it. You get an absentee ballot, right? No more just paper ballots for anyone. Senior citizens are not going to lose their opportunity to get an absentee ballot and a new voting system. So anyone running for Secretary of State has to be prepared to answer these questions. Second, he is going to be the governor. He is going to be the governor that resides over the next voting system, probably in Georgia, that may sign it or push it, because he'll still be the lieutenant governor. He has to push the new voting system in the Senate. He wants the red hat. He has the Trump endorsement. His president has been very clear. So he has to start answering that question, considering he is the Donald Trump endorsed candidate. Now, the mayor, number 29, Andre Dickens, will run for another term in Georgia. And another term. And let me show you this right here. He will run for a second term. And also, we're looking at every single day, we're going through FEC filings. This is 101. And we're just asking for explanations. That's it. That's all we're looking for is explanations. And the recent Georgia Republican Party, Inc. state convention in Dalton, here is one FEC filing for the Holiday Inn for $1,265. $1,265. Now, do we pay, which is fine, but do we pay for the staff's motel rooms during this time? Do we? I get it. Maybe we do. But we should get a full printout of what this is for and who stayed in these rooms. Give me number 102. Hilton Garden Inn over in Dalton, $13,599. One more time. The Hilton Garden Inn in Dalton, $13,599.09. Who stayed in these rooms? This is $13,500, and the other one is $1,200, $13,500, $14,500. Over $15,000. Over $15,000 in room accommodations for the state convention over in Dalton. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. I want everything to be set up. Diane, we're going to come back. I'm going to go through just a couple quick graphics. I want to go through 2 points. I'm going to go through 2 points on yesterday's video so you can actually hear Commissioner Bridget Thorne make the motion. You can understand where we're at. You got to have a little backstory. She does a great job with it. We're going to play that, and then we're going to give her about 20 minutes of just explaining what's going on in Fulton County Commissioner's office there, while the Democrats are in contempt of court. The two Republicans yesterday in Fulton County are not in contempt of court. They voted yes. 3 Democrats did not appear, and 2 Democrats voted no. We'll be back right after this with District 1, Fulton County Commissioner Bridget Thorne. Bridget Thorne. Thank you. Take a break, Diane.
Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching the Georgia Hour on Voice of Rural America. Thank you, Diane. The legal definition of the word shall. The splitting of a hair between a nominee and being appointed. All these things are discussed in court documents in the case of the Fulton County GOP versus the Fulton County Board of Commissioners concerning the appointment, nominees or appointment, number 7, of Jason Frazier and Julie Adams to the board, the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections. Now, we have our guest coming in. Bridget Thorne will be in just a minute. I'm just going to lay a little groundwork. I want her on the video from yesterday, the Fulton County Board of Commissioners meeting. I want to play where she introduces the item to be voted on and some of the comments, and then we'll get out of the way, bring her in and give her 20 minutes or however long she wants to take to explain to us what's going on there and what is going to happen next in Fulton County. So let me just make this quick, and she can clear this up if I'm inaccurate in any way. Julie Adams, as many of you know, she did not certify an election in Fulton County. She did not feel she had the adequate information to certify the election. And I'll just make it brief there. And so many of you across the country know Julie Adams. She currently serves on the Fulton County Board of Elections. Now, Fulton County GOP they have nominated her for a second term, is my understanding. So she is currently serving. She will serve until she resigns, someone else is appointed, or she is reappointed. So she is one of the nominees in question here, but she is currently serving right now. Fulton County Republican Party has nominated her for another term. Now, Jason Frazier, and I want you to just think about this. What could someone do that's to the point that Fulton County will go all the way to the Supreme Court? They will appeal this. They will be in contempt of court. They could be threatened to be arrested this afternoon. But there's no way they're going to let this guy on the Board of Registration and Election, Jason Frazier. So Fulton County GOP has nominated these two people for the positions. You're supposed to have 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, and then the board, I think, appoints the 5th person to the committee or however it works. They said no. Now, we're going to get into the legal side of the contempt of court because the court has said, you've got to put them on. You have to. Fulton County Board of Commissioners went into an emergency. Give me number, I'm pretty sure, Diane, give me number 28. Fulton County went into the appellate court. It said, hey, the Superior Court won't put a stay on this. So they went to the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals said, no, we decline to exercise a limited power under the Court of Appeals. No, you're denied. You have to appoint these people to the board. Fulton County wrote a 60-page reconsideration that they put before the court. They said, no, we're not going to put a stay on it. We're not going to reconsider it. You have to do this. They are in contempt. So yesterday, Bridget Thorne, now, Diane, she is commissioner, first commissioner. Let me get this straight. And District 1, Bridget Thorne of Fulton County, commissioner. She represents Roswell, Alpharetta, Johns Creek, and Sandy Springs. She made the motion. Diane, let's go to the tape. 6 minutes. We're going to listen to her make the motion to put these two individuals on the Board of Elections. 6 hours, 39 minutes, and 51 seconds. Could you play the tape?
Add-on item 250621. Discussion process for appointment of members of the Fulton County Board of Registration Elections in light of another recent court order sponsored by Commissioner Thorne.
Commissioner Thorne, you have the floor.
Since our last regular BSC meeting, it has become even more critical that we consider this item. 2 more courts at this point have declined to stay the original order. It is time we obey. The Fulton County GOP has been deprived of their selected board members on the BRE, and is highly unfair that we continue to drag our feet. We are currently in an election cycle for Senate District 21, and Election Day is Tuesday. By this continual delay, we are doing irreparable harm by not allowing the Fulton County Republican Party to have proper representation on the Board of Registrations and Elections. On Friday, we were ordered by a court to comply with the writ of mandamus. On Monday, a judge once again ordered us to stop stalling and to comply. By merely filing of the appeal does not remove or suspend the lower court's order to appoint. Without a court order stating otherwise, I do not support any action other than complying with the order of the court to appoint the Republican Party's nominees, Julie Adams and Jason Frazier. With that, I make a motion to approve those nominations of Julie Adams and Jason Frazier.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Commissioner Barrett.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. I want to start by saying that I certainly respect the judge's order that we have to take a vote today, which is why I'm still sitting here. And I do want to also say that the reason we did not take this vote up, in my opinion, in the previous meeting or in the special call meeting, which was about a completely different issue, was not because we were trying to disobey the judge's order, but rather because we believed we were in the appeals process and were waiting to get the result of that. That said, elections are under attack in this country. Legislators are gerrymandering districts to disenfranchise voters. They're limiting early voting, and now they're threatening to take away mail-in ballots and even eliminate electronic voting. It's worth noting that if mail-in ballots go away, the people who will be the most disenfranchised are our seniors and our most vulnerable populations who cannot get to the ballot box. I ran for this seat in large part because I wanted to be in a spot to defend the integrity of our elections, and I stand by that commitment today. The judge's order denying the stay says clearly, quote, "The court knows the rule in this type of case is that the court can only compel the public body to act, while it cannot dictate the decision that must be made. No judge can compel any elected official to vote a certain way because we are hired by our constituents, and only our constituents can remove us from office. No court, no lawmaker, no political party can compel me to vote any particular way. We're elected by the people, and I'm going to represent the people of my district. I've spoken about my objections to both the Fulton County Republican Party's nominees, Jason Frazier and Julie Adams, and I don't feel like I need to rehash that today. They're election deniers, and they're doing everything they can to undermine faith in the election process in Fulton County.
All right, Diane, I wanted them to hear that they're election deniers or being accused of being election deniers. Can you go to 6 hours, 48 minutes, and 50 seconds? I just want to hear Commissioner Thorne's response to this, and then we'll bring her in. I need to lay this total groundwork for this segment. Can you put that up?
Any other further comments? Commissioner Thorne, Commissioner Barrett? Commissioner Thorne?
I just want to correct some things because there is a lot of misinformation that goes around, and I think public comment corrected. There seems to be misinformation that Julie Adams had 3 lawsuits. She had 1 lawsuit. That misinformation was stated by commissioners up here on the dais. It was repeated here by Democrat officials that claim they're nonpartisan, but they're so highly partisan, it's ridiculous. You need to know the difference between mail-in ballots and absentee ballots. Mail-in ballots are when states mail everybody a ballot. Absentee ballots are not going away. Seniors are not going to lose their ballots. That was something that's put out there, and it's misinformation, disinformation. Electronic voting. Yes, there are people that want hand paper ballots counted, hand-counted paper ballots. There are people that want those. We have electronic voting. We need to make it more secure, but the Democrats were for hand-marked paper ballots. Elena Parrott was on the floor advocating against the Dominion machines. Well, now they seem to got the system in place that works in their favor, so now, oh no, we want to keep these machines. Fair fight. Commissioner Ivory, you're familiar with Fair Fight since you are a former Fair Fight activist, or still are, and your staff is. They are at our election Gavrio conference recruiting election members to become a part. Election deniers undermine our faith. That's so ridiculous. What is an election denier? Election denier is anybody who wants integrity in our elections. By state law, we need to reconcile that the number of people voted equals the number of ballots cast. We do not obey that law. There is a new rule that we have to do it before certification. That is why Julie Adams, her lawsuit was, I need information to make sure that the number of people voted equals the number of ballots cast. That's called integrity, that's called checks and balances, that's called transparency. We are anything but transparent in our elections. And all we are doing is advocating for secure processes. Did you know in the PSC race, we had 8 tabulators that came in, or I think it may be 7 tabulators that came in on Friday night and were not secured. No security at all to them. They sat in our warehouse till Tuesday with hundreds of temp workers all around it, night and day. But no, we have secure elections because the press, the liberal press, local and national news says that we have secure elections. So we must be undermining our democracy by calling out these questions, by calling out these things, by advocating for more secure processes. And I do respect both of you for staying up here. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here and stating your decision not to appoint them. I respect that honestly, and I hope in the future that we can have simple conversation. I know Commissioner Ivory, you and I have talked about, we are on opposite sides, but we don't get anywhere.
All right. Give me 99. There's a lot more in that. You should go watch it. In the interest of time, I just wanted to let Commissioner Thorne give me number 99 really quick. This is the commissioners right here. There's seven 3 Democrats. There's 2 Republicans, and 3 Democrats left yesterday. Were not there. And then give me number 11. This was the vote. So it failed. It was 2-2. It failed yesterday. You can see the commissioners here. Bridget Thorne voted yes. Bob Ellis voted yes. The other Republican, Dana Barrett, no. And Mo Ivy, no. So, okay, so bring that back. Now let me introduce and bring in the 1st District Commissioner Bridget Thorne from Fulton County. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sorry to take up so much time, but I just thought in this segment that we're going to put out, and we're recording this, that we should lay some good groundwork. And that's why I wanted to lay that out before we got you in. And before we get started, I'm going to give you the floor. I want to thank you very much. I watched that yesterday, and I'm thinking, wow, the courage you have. I've watched several of your Fulton County Commission meetings, and the courage you have to go in there up against those Democrats is amazing, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. Now, let's get right into it. We know the groundwork. They're in contempt of court. The appeals court said no. Superior Court said you must put these people on the election board. What say you? Where are we at right now, Commissioner Thorne?
Honestly, I'm not really sure where we are right now. It's uncharted territory, put it that way. Obviously, the Democrat commissioners think they are above the law, above the judge's ruling. In our first meeting where I put this on the agenda, they wanted to let the legal process play out. And we let the legal process play out. You know, they say they want no more kings. They're trying to be kings right now and queens. They're trying to be rulers. They're trying to circumvent the law by disobeying the law. And we could, from my understanding, warrants be put out for arrest today. My understanding is the GOP is going to file a contempt of court order. There could be arrests, there could be fines, but I'm sure the Democrats would love to be arrested, and the drama will play out and how they are so brave and they're such heroes. Meanwhile, litigation is going to continue, and this litigation is going to continue at the taxpayers' expense. And I plan to find out exactly what that expense is and how much this is costing the taxpayers of Fulton County.
Well, it's interesting when I announced that you would be on the program this morning, I have several text messages from your constituents there in Fulton County saying, how much is this costing? Now, you laid it out in your explanation very well. And I did watch the first one where you did put it on the agenda. And you pulled it basically, I don't know the conversation in the executive session that you had, but I guess they said, let's let the legal process play out. And that's where we're at. So the Fulton GOP, just to be clear, the Fulton GOP, they are looking at a contempt order today, looking into that. There could be arrest warrants. We don't know, but they are looking at the legal side of this and the contempt side you're aware of?
Yes, that's my understanding. We're fortunate enough to have the RNC paying and backing us, paying for this, to fight this, and they're going to fight it. There's no limit to fighting it. The final appeal will be heard in January. So the commissioners were hoping that they would get a stay where they wouldn't be forced to do this action until January. Well, that means this current election will go through, the municipal elections will go through, we'll be heading into January, and the Republicans will not have 2 seated members on the Board of Registration elections. So their intent is to stall and delay, which the judge acknowledged that on Friday, And he told them to stop. Do not delay anymore. Go ahead and put these members on. The commissioners think that since they're elected officials, they can't be told how to vote. That's how they're going to interpret it, that they represent a vote and they can't be told by anybody, even the law, to tell them how to vote. So, I wish, well, I don't wish them luck, but it'll be interesting to see how that's going to play out.
Well, and I want to get into that. I read the 60-page document. I read all the documents that is going on right now in the court, and our appreciation to the RNC for backing this. And I think for the most part, this is not the only reason, but we have probably one of the top Senate races coming up in the United States. We have all of our constitutional officers. We have one of the biggest 2026 election cycles, not to mention 2024, that we need people on. Republican Party needs people on the Fulton County Board of Elections. You spelled it out very well. Great explanation. But let's go over it again. Why Jason Frazier, Julie Adams? What do you think is the most contested reason? I know I've heard them say about election deniers and undermining election integrity and all the above. What say you? Because it's almost like they're trying to push the Republican Party to quit and give you two more nominees. Like, give us two we can accept. What is with Jason Frazier and Julie Adams that absolute no, that they'll go spend $500,000, if that much, if not more, in court costs to the Supreme Court? What is it?
It's basically they want people on that board that are moderates. They want moderate people that aren't going to push back, that probably don't know anything about elections, because anybody who's actually worked Fulton County elections or been a poll watcher can see the errors. And it's a great deal of knowledge that Julie and Jason have. Julie primarily with election law. She knows when we're violating laws, when we're violating procedures. Jason, on the other hand, is into cleaning and maintaining voter rolls, which if any of these commissioners went to the commission meetings on the national level, they'll have sessions advocating how important it is to keep the voter rolls clean. That's the number one thing that you need to have secure and integrity of your elections, is to have clean voter rolls. But the Democrats seem to think that cleaning anybody off the voter rolls is voter suppression. That's why I wanted to have conversations with fair fight activist Mo Ivory. She worked with Stacey Abrams. She has a staffer that's also a fair fight activist on her staff that works with voter suppression. So I just want to have a conversation. Let's see where we agree. Let's see where we disagree. They complain about Julie for suing or having a lawsuit in the presidential primary. And they also say, oh, she just doesn't like the results, so she refused to certify that race. Well, the presidential preference primary was choosing Donald Trump and Joe Biden. I seriously doubt that she didn't agree with the results, so that's why she agreed not to certify. She didn't want to certify because she didn't have the proper materials to know that this is a true and accurate election. And how do you know if it's a true or accurate election? It's if you compare the number of people who voted with the number of ballots cast. They didn't get that information before certification. And I don't even know if they ever got that information. The 2024 presidential November race, they didn't get that information until April and May, 6 months after the election. So it's very easy if you want to cheat an election, just by counting votes, if that's all you have to do. But if you don't have any reconciliation, you don't have any paperwork to compare that your elections results were secure, that the number of people voted equals the number of ballots, you don't have checks and balances, and a race can easily be cheated.
before we get back to that, how concerned are you about Fulton County in 2026? Some of the things you're talking about right now. If we do not, as Republicans, if we don't get the right people, not moderates, not people on there that don't understand election law like Julie Adams and Jason Frazier do, how concerned are you about 2026 and what's coming up?
I'm hoping in this next legislative season, Representative Jan Jones told the Board of Commissioners that if they do not appoint them, if they do not fix this immediately, she will get it written into law so that there won't be any gray areas. It will probably be that the two Republicans pick theirs and they're automatically put on the board. It doesn't have to go before us, but the language of the law will change next year in the next legislative session. And then moving
go
forward,
ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, moving forward, then hopefully we'll have the proper representation because it'll be clearly spelled out in the law.
So are you telling us this morning, because we don't have Fulton County Republican Party on here, and I don't want to put you in position to answer for them, but are you able to tell us right now that Fulton County Republican Party and the RNC, they're not backing off this, that this is going, they're going to stand their ground until these two appointees are on that board? Is that how you feel it is going to happen? Is that what will happen?
Yes, they're determined to fight it all the way through. We don't have to worry about the cost of it. The taxpayers should be worried about it. We pay $450 an hour for the legal representation that they have. But yes, the RNC, the Fulton GOP, shout out to Stephanie. They are willing to sit here and fight this through and through. Because this isn't just Fulton County. This just can happen all across the state. You have partisan commissioners deciding who gets to run your elections.
So let's get to the lawsuit just a minute, and then whatever you may want to make sure that the viewers, understand, and whatever information you want to get out. But the word "shall," all right. Now, Fulton County, in your charter, you have the rules of appointing, and I think really you just have to be a registered voter of legal age, obviously a resident. I mean, the criteria that you have to meet is just a handful of things. These two individuals meet that standard according to what I've read and what I heard yesterday in the meeting. Second, it's very clear, Fulton County is very clear, shall, and the judge said the definition, looking at the word shall, you shall appoint. Can you highlight for us and our viewers out there what the judge sees in the Fulton County Commission, in your rules there in the county that they're hanging on, that they're going to appeal? What is it where shall? Explain the definition of what you think the judges are seeing in this case.
So the judges are seeing that there's basically three criteria that you spelled out. I think the third one is they can't be an elected official and serve on the Board of Registration Elections. And if they meet those criteria, then they shall be appointed or on the board. The commissioners are reading into, they're putting a fourth criteria. They must be moderates. They can't be MAGA. They can't be election deniers or whatever they call it. They can't be far right. They have to be moderate Republicans, which is not a criteria. I had to vote and approve the Democrat representatives on there. At one time, we had Aaron Johnson on there. He worked for Nikema Williams, who's an elected official. He worked for the head of the city council, chair of the city council. I didn't think in his role that he should be running the very elections that his boss works for. or he's working for the Board of Elections and he gets his paycheck from an elected official. I thought that was a conflict of interest, but there's nothing in the law that says he can't. So I had to vote yes and approve him. And there are the chair, we have discretionary, the chair is appointed by the Board of Commissioners. So we are a Democrat county with 5 Democrats, 2 Republicans. So they get to appoint the chair. And on a 5-member board, the chair is the swing vote. So it's not like Jason and Julie have, powers above in a Democrat county. They have to convince a Democrat to vote along with them to get anything passed. So I think the word shall is interpreted as ministerial, not discretionary. But these board members think it's discretionary. Now, Julie, she had the same lawsuit. She's like, I don't want to certify an election if I don't think it's right. And Judge McMurney said, no, you shall. Your duty is ministerial. You shall certify by Monday at 5 o'clock, but they also should provide you the election materials so that you feel comfortable certifying. So Julie had to certify. She was threatened by the Democrat Party of Georgia, if she didn't certify, that she would be charged with a misdemeanor. So she couldn't abstain. She had to vote yes to certification. And still, she didn't have the proper materials to feel comfortable with certifying. But she had to do it because she had a court order and she was going to comply with the law.
We have some immediate elections that are getting ready to take place in Fulton County. And you also said yesterday, it really caught me off guard, your comments concerning the PSC primary race. What elections do you have coming up right now that are of major concern to you with not having 2 Republicans on that board? Well, clearly one. Julie is currently serving, correct? Am I correct with that?
She is serving, yes.
Right. So right now, it would be Jason. Julie has been reappointed, and that's what they object to. And she'll continue to serve, am I correct, until something is resolved legally, I guess, right now.
Correct.
All right.
Until they order.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What elections?
No, I didn't. I was interrupting you.
What elections do you have coming up right now so we can wrap this up? I appreciate it. And this is great information. What elections do you have coming up right now in Fulton County? And then I'd like just a little bit of highlight on that PSC primary that you brought up yesterday. But first, the upcoming elections.
So we have SB 21, which is Brandon Beach. Senator Brandon Beach vacated his seat to become the U.S. Treasurer. He represents Fulton County and Cherokee County and maybe parts of Dawsonville. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. So we have that race going on right now. The last day for early voting is tomorrow, and election day is Tuesday. And then they'll have to certify the results the following Tuesday. So it'd be great if we had 2 members there to look over the results, make sure they're accurate. And then coming up in November, we'll have all the municipal races as well as the PSC race going on. This is for our mayors, our city councils, and the PSC race. In regards to the PSC race, what I commented on was in the primary. I actually was asked to be a poll watcher, mainly just so I could see what the poll watchers see when they're in the new election warehouse. And to me, it was disturbing to find that 7 tabulators came in on Friday. They were not secured, and there seemed to be no desire or no concern that they were not secured. And they sit in the middle of the warehouse with temp workers everywhere surrounding them from Friday night until Tuesday night when they can officially be tabulated. So if someone wanted to cheat a race, they could go, and they had access to those admin cards that were inside
They could change the results. It's just sitting there. Fulton County uses temp workers instead of hiring them directly. That was my experience in 2020. I had very difficulty getting hired to be a temp worker in Fulton County. Even though I worked elections for 9 years, I have 2 degrees from Georgia Tech. I work in software. For some reason, they'd never give me a call back. It wasn't until they gave my 21-year-old daughter, Georgia Tech student, a call back by a subcontractor, and I went to the subcontractor, and I got hired to work the elections. So they leave it to these temp agencies to decide who and who can't work your elections. Back in 2020, it was Happy Faces. And now they switched to Dover, and most recently they've switched to Abacus. So that way Fulton County can say, we don't have control over who works our elections. These temp agencies have control over who works our elections, who gets to handle our ballots, who gets to tabulate our ballots, who gets to decide if your absentee vote is correct or not. It's left to temp workers.
Well, let me thank you for yesterday making the comment, because President Trump is, I see no indication whatsoever where President Trump is saying that he's going to take away absentee ballots where senior citizens that would need an absentee ballot, or if you need one, that's going to be gone. Mail-in voting. So you did a great job giving the definition of that, because they tried to, say it was going to disenfranchise senior citizens, as they start all the time. But that's mail-in voting, where everybody gets a ballot. And, we are talking about an election system. We have a new system coming up. Our contract is expiring with Dominion. That is a state legislative process. I think what we all ask for is whatever voting system is put in place, we just would like to have the laws followed to administer our elections. I mean, that's pretty much how simple it is. It's not up to you to set the voting system, but it's up to your county to administer and follow the law to administer an election. And Fulton County, well, it goes on and on where that's concerned. So to end this, Fulton County Republican Party is looking at today contempt of court. They're well within their rights. Who would be in contempt? Because I think that would be the question. I know it's a legal question, but you voted yes, and the other Republican voted yes. And the 2 Democrats that were present voted no, and 3 Democrats were not. So, I mean, are the ones that were not present, they're not going to be held responsible for being in contempt, I guess? And the 2 that voted yes, I mean, do you know how that will work, or are you hearing anything on how that would be handled?
I haven't really, I've heard kind of mixed messages. I heard that we all might be arrested and held in contempt because we are one body. And even though I voted to comply, that doesn't matter. We're one body. The 2 that were there, they stated their reasons for not complying. Chairman Pitts had something, he had to leave the meeting early at 3:00. And so he tried to rush public comment through, because I think he knew he had to leave. And so he had something that was going on. Arrington didn't attend the meeting at all because he, I think, had a recent health issue and could not attend the meeting. So I'm not sure. With Julie, they said even if she abstained from not certifying, that she would still be in contempt of court. So I don't think it matters one way or the other if you are present or there or not. You're going to be held in contempt.
Well, the body makes up a commission. So, and the commission, the body makes up a commission, regardless of how you vote. The commission is who is being legally instructed to put them on the board. So all of you, regardless of your vote, could be. So I know they're looking at that today, because I'm getting message after message. Put them in jail. Put them in jail. I'm like, well, I don't know exactly what's going to happen there, but I will tell you, people are tired of it. They're just tired of it. And frustrated. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you want to make sure the viewers know that we can put on this tape to get out there? Is there anything that we should discuss before we go, Commissioner Thorne?
I think it's helpful if the public engages with the commission. If, you can email all the Board of Commissioners, if you can attend our meetings and make public comment, all of that's helpful. We recently had our last meeting where we held the millage rate, and it was because the people spoke up. We had hundreds of emails, hundreds of people come down to speak and give comment. And it's really we, the people, that have to use our voices now and call out the hypocrisy. Call out. Democrat Board of Commissioners, are you guys kings and queens? We don't want kings and queens that can circumvent the law and disobey the law and choose what laws they'll follow and what laws they won't. We need pressure to be put on these officials. We were able to convince all but one, for the Democrat commissioners to hold the millage rate. And it wasn't me, it was the people that spoke out. So I just encourage everyone to engage. This is a statewide issue, because what happens in Fulton will trickle down to other counties. Democrat counties will most likely not allow Republicans they disagree with to sit on their boards. So we need the people to speak out now, and I hope everybody will. And I appreciate you for having me on.
Well, I want to double back, and I know I said close, but if worst case scenario, you said state representative, and I forget the name you gave us, that this pressure will go on Republicans in the state legislature, the House and the Senate, to clear this up in law. And that's something I think we really need to do is clear up the definition and the verbiage in the law of appointing and having representation on the board of elections in 159 counties, not just Fulton County, and clean it up. I thought I heard a little more interest in mosquitoes yesterday than that was if you go listen to it, folks, that was the issue right before elections, was something concerning mosquitoes. And it sounded like there was more interest in mosquitoes than fair elections in Fulton County. That's just me. So thank you very much. And again, I don't want to go away. I'm watching you on there, and I'm like, I got to give it to you. Your courage, please. We're behind you 100% when you go in there and you stand strong and you make those firm statements in front of them. We know what you're up against. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Brian.
You're welcome. All right, folks. I just want to say, give me number 10 and we'll close out of here. I just want to show you this. This is the empty chairs. This is only 4 yesterday, and this is the Board of Commissioners yesterday in Fulton County, and there's supposed to be 7, and she explained why some of them were not there. Number 7, we'll close with this, Diane. I know we're running late. Thank you very much for hanging out here. Jason Frazier and Julie Adams. What are they trying to hide? I was like, what are you trying to hide? I mean, what are you trying to hide? These are 2. You have 3 Democrats. These 2 people alone cannot alter anything on this board. What in the world you're trying to have? Thank you, RNC. Thank you, Fulton County Republican Party. And thank you out there for staying strong. They need your help. They need your support. So goes Fulton County, could go America. Keep that in mind. All right, Diane, I think that's it. We'll be back tomorrow morning, Friday morning at 8 a.m.
Hey, so I got a quick note.
Okay.
Rumble kicked us off in the middle of her interview, so I'm going to have that up as quick as I can on Rumble to replay.
So you don't know why?
I don't know why. Everything else seems to be doing okay. It's just for some reason Rumble kicked us out and I couldn't restart it. I tried restarting it and it wouldn't restart. So,
okay. All right.
I'll have it up as quick as I can.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it.